And my name is Kaizen.
So let me go ahead and okay. I forgot to mute my channel that I have looking at the chat and stuff, so there was an echo forming and it was really weird.
Ah. Hmm. You gotta prepare for this.
You're giving me a hard time now.
Yeah?
We have one person watching. We had
Hello,
two.
one person.
We had two, but you took too long to get ready.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I always have makeup that I have to apply.
Well, you're way too damn girly. That's the problem. Got to get your makeup on and wait.
My wig isn't straight.
Oh wait, this is YouTube.
Eyeliner.
People start thinking you're a tranny. That's not the case.
What is that? Is that bad?
No, it's not. I'm just saying, you're not. Well, if you are, I think you need to shave your chest.
No, I am pretty hairy.
Yeah, I don't approve of trannies with hairy chests. It's kind of weird.
I could be a new type of tranny.
No.
Oh, come on. There's a first for everything.
Well, you'd be a transvestite like Tim Curry was or Frank-N-Furter. So I still think you should cosplay as him. That would be fabulous.
No.
Anyways, we should probably get on topic, and that is I'm making a video game. At least I've started all the drafting for it.
Woo, video game. Video games are fun to make. They are challenging, but once you know how to do it, then it gets easier.
And hello, Ghost Dog. I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah. I'm not.
Oh, well, that's rude. Not gonna look at my chat.
Hold on.
Not gonna interact with my channel. I see how you are. You're too good for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
But if people are wondering, I'm actually talking to my real life friend. I actually know people outside of online. That's a trip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then you're going to announce to everyone, you're not really my friend. You're just somebody that I found you one day.
She kidnapped me. I'm being held against my will.
Yeah, I actually put him on a stockade and made him taste test everything in my fridge to make sure it was still good.
Yeah, it was. All of it was still good.
Well, that's good. At least I didn't subject you to anything too horrible.
Eh. You let me go afterwards.
I thought you were still locked up in my basement. Who let you go?
I thought it was you.
Oh.
You got a clone.
I thought I just had a little boob leech. Wait, what?
Babies are weird.
Okay, I thought you were saying that about my boobs. I'm like, what?
No. I'm just saying babies in general. They're very weird how needy they are.
Eh. They're kind of cute, though.
Yes.
Except for the one that Drunken Uncle shared on his channel.
Yeah, the thing looked like a Harry Potter monster.
Well, it looked like one of the goblins, yeah.
Looked like if you gave it a sock, it would be free.
Actually, I was thinking one of the goblins in the bank.
Ah.
One of those things. I've already gotten a like on my video. That's great.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about that I'm drafting a video game, and I wouldn't mind it if anybody who watches this video could come up with suggestions for a name. That would be great, because naming is just... it's difficult. Oh, and I'm holding my baby, so if you hear little baby noises and coughing and stuff, that's why, because she'd be screaming in the background if I didn't hold her.
Babies do that.
Yeah, she's needy. But yeah, the kind of game I'm going to be working on, it's going to be kind of a dating sim, but it's not going to be a novel-based dating sim. It's going to be take Harvest Moon and Persona and just strip away the rest of the game and leave the dating aspects of both games, it's going to be a fusion of those types of elements, except for I am going to take the time system concept. So you have a certain amount of time to find yourself, well, to date girls and find one that will be willing to marry you or get engaged with. So that's the general concept of the game. It's not going to be like super timed, like, oh my God, you only have 30 minutes to find one and, you know, speed date, but it's more of like the days will progress through a time system and you have one full year to complete what you set off to, and you can work and do odd jobs and stuff like that to get more money so that you can take girls on nicer dates and stuff like that. So it'll just be
odd
time
jobs.
managed. Odd jobs. Wait, what? Why are you saying that like with an innuendo? That doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna be flirting, makes
the
sense.
Things you'll do for money.
No. You know, I should lock you back in the basement.
No, I just got out.
I know you're also working on a video game. Do you want to promote it on my channel?
I would want to promote it once I'm actually working on it a little more, simply because I have a different project that I'm working on.
I'm talking about mine, and all I've gotten done is all the drafting. I've actually finally written down the profiles of every character that's going to be in the game, so that's nice. I've been doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've gotten the sprite designs down and stuff. It's going to be I'm going to use 2D sprites on a 3D world similar to what they did in Xenogears, which is my favorite game.
Yeah. The game that I have, I basically have the character all designed and he can run around and jump. I just need to set up an AI to go after him, along with design the world around him. Then I would pretty much be done.
I did. Sorry.
Setting up the AI is really the hardest part of it.
I don't think I'm even going to have an AI. Don't think so, because everything's just going to be like interaction based, huh?
Well, if you're going to have background characters that sometimes walk around, like even if they just walk in a circle or a pattern, simply because they live in a town and you want that town to feel immersive, they just kind of move around, that's still technically an AI, or even just a character that talks to you through text. That's
but I thought that more talk with I thought that was more of just reaction objects type things is what the character is going to be. At least that's what it was explained to me, because I'm just doing all the artwork. I'm not doing any of the technical things.
Yeah.
Call it dating in time.
Dating in Time. Wasn't there a movie called In Time where you have a certain amount of time to live?
Actually,
you should add that as a plot. You have to date someone within a certain amount of time or else you die.
Well, this plot is that you have to date someone. You have to get engaged, but in a certain amount of time. Otherwise, you have to marry a feminist. So that kind of is about the same as dying.
Oh, no. There are things worse than death.
Well, I don't know if she'll be a feminist. That's just one of the ideas I'm kicking around, because the basic plot is that you're arranged to be married and you've made a deal with your parents that if you could actually get engaged before your 18th birthday, then they'll call off the engaged marriage. Well, the arranged marriage. So I just want to make her horrible. And that was one of the ideas, is make her a feminist. The only plot hole I see to that is I don't think a feminist will agree to arranged marriage. I don't know. I'm still kicking that around.
And I don't think your parents, being as, I guess, your parents would even recommend someone as horrible as a feminist. I mean, if this woman is so horrible that you want to find someone else, then, well, would they be with or against it, or would they be with it but reluctantly?
Well, it depends on how horrible your parents are. I suppose I shouldn't think too hard on the thing that gets the plot in motion, because if you look at the plot of Harvest Moon, who exactly just randomly inherits a whole farm, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So it's not like, I guess, the premise matters as much. I might just be overthinking it. But the idea so far is that the girl you're arranged to be married with might, I don't know if she'll be a feminist or just like one of those like horrible people that just simply swallowed some of the feminist Kool-Aid, because I have like weird people on my Facebook who I wouldn't think they were feminists because they're kind of like conservative and traditionalist, but yet they still like post up a bunch of man-hating stuff that is like obviously feministy memes, and you're like, okay, your whole personality is just confusing me. I don't understand where you stand.
You act like a good person, then you don't.
No,
Then
actually,
you
they're
act
not
like the
like a good
worst.
person either. They're like, I
They
told you, I have mostly frenemies on Facebook. I just enjoy watching them because I'm like, wow, it's like, I don't say anything. I just like to watch them in their natural habitat.
like the animals they are. I feel that there can be a good feminist, but just like dictators, none of them have come around yet.
Oh, like I said, I'm sure there's plenty of nice people who call themselves feminists. I'm not going to say that everybody's bad.
I know, but still, the whole feminist label is a very negative label.
Yeah, well, like, no, it's weird because even the ones that don't call themselves, like I said, these girls are the kinds that don't call themselves that. Like, they'll deny it, but yet they also keep putting up like man-hating memes. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole culture just makes it very socially acceptable to hate men, even if you're not a feminist. It's just weird. So she could be like a non-feminist man-hater. I don't know. She's just got to be horrible.
Yeah. You should use the word entitled a lot.
Entitled. Yes, she's very entitled.
You and your masculine entitlement.
Part of me was thinking of designing her character off after Big Red. Like, have her with like bright red hair and the glasses and a white coat, just to see if anyone sees it.
I'm sure some people would point it out.
I think a lot of people would. I think that would be a little over the top. I'm probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
Funny though.
That would be pretty funny. I hear Ellie in the background. Am I right?
Yeah, she's been trying to play with me all day because when I took my walk today, I took it without her because I went ahead and walked over to the local grocery store and picked up a few things because my fridge was almost...
Ellie.
One of the questions is it set in modern day or the past? That's the thing, is it set in modern day? Yet obviously I don't have an actual setting because it's just kind of set in its own type of place, because I kind of want the setting to be a little obscure. Like, it obviously people still have arranged marriages in this world. Like, I know they do in Japan, but it's not set in Japan because I don't know enough about Japanese culture to actually set it in Japan. So the school year and this like grade system and stuff will be like more based in the US because that's what I know. And that way I don't really have to worry about those kind of details. So I guess it's just kind of set in its own little video game world with its own little video game rules in a obscure country very similar to the US.
Oh, from the art style I saw from your concept for the main character, kind of reminded me of the world of Castle in the Sky, but more modern day. I don't know if that's what you're actually going for, but that's just the feel I got from seeing your main character.
Well, he was in a school uniform, so that's not how he dresses every day.
Yeah.
I told you quite a few of the characters are going to be in hoodies.
Okay.
So, I don't think I'm actually going to tell, like, which country it is or so. Although,
it's just going to be a place.
It's going to be a place. I guess a modern place that still has arranged marriages.
Yeah.
And somebody's starting to grumble.
Yep, I hear that.
I don't know what she wants. She's had a bad day today. I kind of dropped my cell phone on her head earlier today. She's was an accident.
You dropped a cell phone on your baby's head.
This is a very modern thing to complain about, isn't it? Okay. I was nursing her, right? And I got a text and I tried to respond to the text and the phone slipped out of my hand and hit her on the head. So
She
it's
got
not like
the full
I
force of that text.
it wasn't even like, it was only a couple inches above her head. So it's more like I'm more surprised that she cried and made a big deal out of it because it was like 2 inches above her head and it just fell on that. But I think it more just startled her because she doesn't like being startled.
Yeah.
People are gonna think I'm a bad parent now. You're like, you're dropping cell phones on your baby's head. But she's been a little cranky after that. She's like, Mom, you don't care about me. You're dropping cell phones on my head.
Don't go texting people while I'm latched.
Not my fault. Why are people like texting me while I'm nursing? And yet I have all the people on my phone saying, why do you never respond to texts?
Your baby keeps you from doing it properly.
Oh no, it's just, you know me. I set down my phone and never check it.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with technology. I think someone's a little bit fussy. She's all grumbling.
Babies typically are.
Anyone else have another question about the game?
You gotta give it a second.
Yeah.
Sounds like she doesn't like how the game sounds. She's like,
she doesn't
nope.
understand dating. That's why she's upset. She's like, wait, what?
Oh my. This stream is going to be crying the baby.
Well, you see, this is why I have a hard time making videos, is because I'll be trying to record audio and then she'll start crying. And then
yeah, babies do that.
And then if she's not crying, Ellie's like trouncing around like an idiot. Because right now she's like, is the protagonist male or female? Your protagonist is a guy named Brandon, and he's semi-generic but yet not. Therefore, I chose a semi-generic name yet not.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give him a last name. I don't know.
He has blonde hair and possibly a ponytail.
No, he's not having a ponytail. I thought about it, and I don't want to adapt a ponytail.
Okay,
well, because
never mind.
I realize with the way his hair looks in front, if he had a ponytail and he let his hair down, he'd have a mullet, and I'm just not okay with that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Never mind. No ponytail. That would look weird.
I don't want my main character to have a mullet, unless he's David Bowie. He's the only one who can rock a mullet.
Oh, someone's getting very fussy.
Well, it's one of those things where you've seen this happen before, where she wants food, so I offer her my boob, but she's too upset to take it.
Yeah, babies don't know what they want. The jerk says this was way more important.
Nice.
More important than sleep. Yes, listening to talking people is way more important than sleep.
Well, you know, it's me. I'm important, I guess.
Yes.
As for the girl options, there's going to be 10 dateable options, or 10 dateable ladies.
Yeah.
And and the biggest priority to this particular game is that it's not novel based, because I've always liked the concept of a dating sim, but then actually playing them, they're quite disappointing, because my first interaction with like dating sim type games is actually the game Thousand Arms is classified as an RPG dating sim, which that's actually one of my favorite games, considering I spent $85 on a used copy, which is actually a pretty good price because it's a very rare game. But because of nostalgia reasons. But
Yeah.
I found that real dating sims are actually not nearly as fun as the dating sim like mini part of Thousand Arms. So I've found that like the dating in Harvest Moon is fun. The dating in Persona is a lot of fun. In fact, I think that the dating in Persona is very similar to the dating in Thousand Arms because they're both Atlas games. Go figure.
Mind Out of Sync is asking, "You're making a game?" Yep, she's
Yep.
making a game, and she explained it all earlier. And Ghost Dog says Brand Simon. I think he means Brandon Simon, because Brandon was his name. Yeah, just for like a generic last name or something.
Wouldn't be too bad.
Still thinking about it.
Yeah, I've got everybody's first names. I don't necessarily know if characters actually need last names because it's one of those things where like their name pops up next to their face, but I don't even know if their last name will even be brought up at all.
You won't be reusing names for,
Oh, the NPCs, like the NPCs, they don't really directly involve with the casts. Well, like the main cast of the game are just simply going to be kind of like if you've played any of the Persona games or if you've played Akiba Stripped or something, how if you walk up and you talk to random people, it'll just say old guy, middle-aged man, weirdo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I like how in Akiba Strip they have a bunch of really weird people and they just have them labeled as otakus when they're walking around. It's going to be one of those games where your character is not omniscient, or basically until the people tell you their names, it'll just simply have like a filler in for them as well, like nice girl, skater, punk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Will it be gothic as hell?
Not from what I've heard.
Well, there is a goth girl you can date.
Yeah, but it's not gonna have like the theme or style of like A Nightmare Before Christmas or Corpse Bride.
It will have my art style though, and I've heard that my art style has a little bit of a gothic look to it. Well, there's gonna be a goth girl you can date, so that'll be nice. She works at a coffee shop.
Goth.
But yeah, one thing that I would really like to include would be mini games if I have enough time and resources to add them.
Mini games would be fun.
The Jerk says this chat is as dead as my social life.
Yep. A lot of things are as dead as my social life.
Oh, you've got a better social life than me. Don't even give me that.
But like 2 extra people doesn't really count as better.
You have a lot more than 2 extra people. In fact, you even have like needy people. Like, I think that the 2 friends I'm talking about count as like 5 or 6 people each.
Yes. They are needy.
One of them you can't even like tell. One of them's like the most needy girlfriend type ever, but it's not your girlfriend. You can't even tell that person
that not even a girl.
No, you can't even. Well, or a dating prospect, because you can't even tell him that you're hanging out with friends or he gets jealous.
Yeah. If you have time to hang out with them, why don't you have time to hang out with me? That kind.
Yes, because I've hung out with you before, and it's like I've literally seen him text you every 10 minutes. We're like talking or watching something, and then you're like constantly, you should stop texting him back. Maybe that'll discourage him.
No, it does not. He texts back all like, "Hey, where are you? Why aren't you responding?
I made you dinner." I remember that actually happened.
Yes.
Dude,
Guilt
why
me
aren't you
into
responding
hanging out
back to
because
me?
he made dinner before
He's
I
like,
could even
he's
say
like,
yes.
I made you dinner. You're like, I've already eaten, but I made you dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, why are your friends like all like really clingy girlfriends?
I don't know.
Wait, I'm one of your friends. What does that imply? Hmm.
All of my friends are needy.
Oh, thank you. Can I include an Easter egg, like an actual one?
Wait,
Have a
as in like
random
an actual
Easter
Easter
egg.
egg itself, or you mean an Easter egg as in a reference to something else?
I
Like an
was actually
actual reference?
I was planning to add a Earthbound reference, but I don't know if people will actually get it because it's a little bit of an obscure one, but it was just something in Earthbound that made me laugh like hell.
Earthbound is fun. I love how self-aware the characters are. They're not fourth wall breaking too much. Yes, an actual egg.
I might. Wait, wasn't the Easter eggs in Limbo actual eggs?
I haven't played that game enough to know.
Hmm.
I haven't really played it at all, actually.
I am planning to make it actually like despite the premise sounds easy, I'm actually going to try and make the game quite hard where you actually have to really learn the girls' personalities to know what to say to them and all that jazz. And if you try and go after too many girls at once during the year, you're going to fail the game. And also, if I can, because I know that I have to figure out. Well, I guess I will have to figure out some AI or some events type thing because ideally some of the girls will know each other. So if you get the affection too high on them, then you'll actually lose both of them because they'll get into a fight and they'll figure out you're the cause of it. So you have to actually watch them and see who they interact with and stuff. I just thought that'd be a kind of a fun dynamic to put in there.
Yeah. Naked Easter eggs, like from Shadow, or was it Shadow Warrior, where you go through a certain door and you can find like an anime girl like naked in a hot tub or something.
Well, the thing is, a lot of dating sims are actually adult games, and I wanted to make this all ages, so probably there won't be any nudity just because I'd like to actually appeal to a general audience.
No bad words, Z's.
No bad wordsies, no nudity.
Aw.
They'll probably still put it at teen, though, because I plan to have girls in bikinis.
Ah, actually, nah. E10 and up, you can still see girls in bikini. There was Rune Factory 4 where they had a couple of busty characters that wasn't
Well,
teen rated.
as a stupid, like, pun, I am going to have Stacy's mom in the game.
Yeah.
Just because that amuses me too much. One of the girls that you'll be able to date is Stacy. Then obviously you'll also be able to date her mom because she's got it going on.
I think Darth Vader's got it going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you keep telling people you're not gay.
Ah!
The first time I ever took this guy to the gay bar so we could sing karaoke, like all
Oh
the guys were
no.
like, "Oh, is he single?" Then I'm like, I just lied and said he was asexual, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Uh,
Actually, I don't think back then that was a lie because I think part of me did think you were actually legitimately asexual.
nah, I'm not.
Everyone who you like, all of my friends who have met you said that they either think you're asexual or gay. Just so you know, give off
Mm,
that vibe.
different body types as well.
Ah, yes, there'll be some different body types. Most people are going to have more or less the same figure just for simplicity reason for animating the various sprites and whatnots. But there is going to be one chubby girl. So
One chubby girl.
there'll be one chubby girl. And one ridiculously skinny girl.
Anorexic.
Not anorexic. Get a Russian woman that you get affection vodka. Oh, the issue with that is that your character is 17, so I don't think you'll actually be able to buy alcohol because the whole point is to get engaged before your 18th birthday.
Well, this isn't. Well, you don't exactly know if this is America, and some other places don't have as strict of an age limit on drinking.
I think most other places legal age is like at youngest 18, right? I think so.
I don't know.
People are going to want me to include even more women. You just distill it.
How fat?
I was thinking like just thick. She's going to be my little like, because a lot of the game is kind of pun based because it'll be mostly silly. So she's actually going to be chubby because she's training to become a chef, and you know that whole old joke: never trust a skinny cook.
Yeah, I've honestly never heard that joke before.
Really, you've never heard "never trust a skinny cook"?
Nah, honestly. I think honestly, I would have thought it would have gone the other way. Never trust a thick or fat cook.
Don't tell that to my cousin.
Can't trust them with food because they'll just gobble it up. That's how I reasoned it.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal? No, I've never heard that before.
Me neither. A lot of these jokes just go over my head, or a lot of these references just go over my head. I never know what people are talking about.
That's all right. I still don't get the reference because his response is it was a trial.
I don't get it either.
Oh, it's all right. I don't think either of us get out much, do we?
No, we don't. I always spend my time at home working on my own projects or tending to very needy guys that pretend to be my girlfriend.
Yes. And working on your horrible goats.
Yeah, my horrible goats. They're not goats, they're like rams. They're furless rams, that's what they are.
He's working on a comic book about aliens, and when my son looked over and saw him working on it, because he was doing a little drawing with me at my house, and just because that's what artists do, they get together and they hang out and draw together. Because that's as close as we get to socializing.
Her son was very critical on my art design.
Yeah.
Or my character design.
Yeah, he looked at it.
Horrible looking goats.
He's like, why are you working on horrible good looking goats?
They're not.
At least Vera's now asleep, so she's no longer fussing.
Yep. Don't jinx it. She's gonna wake up any second now.
I don't know. She's pretty out of it. But you don't want a reference to your comic in my game. I was gonna give you a free promotion, and you're like, nah, it seems too forced.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. I've already explained why. I just want a simple reference, because to make a character in your story seem like she's all obsessed with my comic would mean that I automatically know that my comic is going to be great and loved, even though I don't. I'd prefer not, and in case it isn't, in case everyone actually hates it, to hear that that it's being referenced in a game saying on how great it is just seems awkward.
I actually like the new suggestion was dating for love. I actually like dating in time better if I was going to go with a suggestion.
Yeah. Dating in time.
Because you are set a time limit.
Yeah, that could work.
Girl, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. I okay.
I don't know. I kind of make my oatmeal very watery and it's not thick at all. It's like
Yeah, me
soup.
too. I actually like soupy oatmeal. My oatmeal's a soup.
Yeah. My oat soup.
Well, wasn't it Vsauce who said cereal is soup?
I think so. Pea sauce is cool, but weird.
Yes, you will have to buy gifts. In fact, that's one of the main mechanics of the game is
microtransactions. You got to use real money to buy gifts in game.
No.
It's pay to win.
No. I don't think there's going to be any microtransactions in the game. You buy the game and it's done. You got the whole game. We're good.
Yeah. Wink, wink.
Stop that. You're going to make people think I'm like up to shenanigans or whatnots.
Like your EA.
My cousin works for EA, so that's...
Yeah.
Maybe I should contact him and get some advice.
On what not to do.
On what not to do. Well, it's not like he's like a big person for EA. He just draws background things in their games.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, the main mechanics is going to be managing your time and money because you have a whole year which would be more time than Persona, and your days will, although in Persona until you actually do an action, you know how you've got all that time to just sit around and whatnot. Instead of doing it like that, I'm actually doing the time system as a mix between Persona and Harvest Moon, as in when you're just running around, your day will start ticking down, and if you actually do something like go on a date or work a part-time job, it just eats a couple hours of your day instantaneously. Yeah. And there's actually another way to lose the game other than not finding a girl by the end of the year is you're living in a dormitory, so you actually have to go back home on time. Otherwise, if you're late coming home or very late coming home too many times, then you're going to be kicked out of school. So that's another way to lose the game. Just because I like adding elements of challenge to stress people out, because I think a slight amount of stress for games makes them more enjoyable. And another thing that will be kind of interesting is, unlike Persona, where when you want to actually have a date with a girl, you just do it right then and there. This game, unless it's just like a quick lunch date or something, like you catch them at the right time and you're like, hey, we have lunch, which I'm going to say that will have less affection points than actually taking her out to dinner or something, because taking her out to dinner will cost more money and therefore that'll make her happier. So what you'll have to do is schedule a date for that week, and you'll have a calendar you can open up and stuff like that in your main menu so that you can actually see what time you're supposed to be taking the girls out, and you can accidentally overbook a date. So that also adds an element of challenge to it too. And if you guys are wondering what game engine I'm going to be making it on is we're actually making the game on Unreal.
Yeah, because they can apparently make good 2D games.
Yeah, because the newest engine of Unreal actually uses a blueprint system, which is pretty user-friendly compared to the earlier editions of Unreal. So it just makes sense to me because you don't have the limitations of the other engines, but it might take me a little bit longer to make a game on Unreal. I was just mostly going to do it on Unreal because of the time-based system that I need to use will be difficult to make on any other engine that I know of.
Yeah. Unreal is simple enough.
The thing is, I can go a little bit more complicated than some games because the main premise is simple because there's not going to be any like what's a good way to put it is the type of game I'm making will actually open up a lot of things because I've actually looked into a lot of these. I've done a lot of research before even really starting the game because well, you know that me and my husband have been thinking about making a game for several years now. We finally actually started buckling down and doing the actual planning of it and looking into it. So my husband actually understands the Unreal Engine pretty well because he's been messing around with it. So I'm leaving all of that aspects to him.
Yeah. You do all the art stuff. He does all
yeah.
the numbers.
These are just concepts I'm throwing around. This is a response to keeping it simple is I have a lot of plans and drafts to complicate it, but if some of my plans need to be stripped down, I'm okay with it as long as I keep the basic premise of it.
Yeah.
And the main premise will be the time-based system to add that element of challenge to it. Because I do find it odd that like almost all dating sims seem to be novel types. I can't really think of what else to say, so.
Me neither. I'm not good with keeping conversation up.
And I think we've.
More people watching.
Well, actually, double booking wouldn't be that big of a problem because the comment I'm responding to is I would make some of those problems like double booking as a late part of the game. It's not as much as you would think because with a time-based system, you'll actually like write things down on a schedule and therefore it wouldn't actually be that hard because it's something. Well, you know a bit about game making, right, Kaizen? How if you actually have an event system and the time system would simply be putting that event to that time. So it would just simply be a matter of having it so that you'll have two events going on simultaneously and you'll only be able to choose one or the other.
Yeah, you could easily add up a little or set up a little thing saying if this happens while this happens, then this option should be available or this shouldn't be available.
Right. Those aspects of the game are actually would be a lot more simple than people seem to think it is because me and you have talked about the actual elements that I want to put in and most of the elements I want to put in the game are actually going to be relatively simple because it's pretty realistically plotted out at this point. It's not like I want to make it so that if you do this and this, it changes the whole game and changes how everybody talks to you type details.
Yeah. As long as you take every little outcome into consideration, it shouldn't be an issue.
The biggest issue I'm going to have is trying to decide on all the dialogue for all of the characters will be quite a pain in the butt.
Yeah, dialogue can't be a pain.
Well, no, just because think about it. There's going to be countless amount of dialogue for having to be dating like 10 girls for a whole year.
Yeah. That would be a lot.
Dialogue options and things like that.
There are, like, typically games do have tons and tons of dialogue, especially if they are socially interacted.
Well, the biggest issue I'm having is I would really ideally like it to be voice acted, but with all the dialogue needed, because I know actually putting voices in wouldn't be a challenge at all, especially not using Unreal. But the biggest issue would be finding all the voice actors I would need and actually recording all of that.
Yeah.
would be like so ridiculously time consuming.
If you can't get, well, never mind. I was thinking if you weren't able to get the actors, but if you get the actors, then basically you could do as much dialogue as you wanted, but you could just go for a little basic. When the next dialogue happens, the character just makes a or oh yeah type noise to just kind of reference.
I don't know. It's like I don't necessarily find that much better than having no talking. I don't really see it as.
Well, it's up to you.
Just personally, for me, when it comes to dialogue, I either like it completely voiced or not voiced at all. I'm not a huge fan of the in-betweens. But that's just a preference of mine. Maybe other people who watch this will say, no, that's bad. I like it when they just make little audible, suggestible thingies.
Yeah.
Soft beep noises.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I did ask Gruntstar if he wanted to join us too, but that was a while ago, and our conversations, and our conversations almost over, anyways.
Did he just write back?
He's in the chat.
Oh, are you here?
Well, I guess I could invite him.
Oh,
I
guess we don't have much to talk about.
Let's see. All right. I should have sent that to you on Discord, Gruntstar. Just so you can come up, pop on and say hi.
Is he here?
Are you over anxious for someone else to join us? You're like,
oh,
please.
No.
I don't want to keep people entertained.
Nah, I just don't know how long you want to keep the talk going.
Let's see, we have 5 people watching. Well, one thing that I could do if I wanted to make it extra comical, because my biggest issue with finding enough women to voice things is I don't know any women. So I could just have all my male friends do women's voices, have everyone voiced by guys. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Gruntstar, you want to do a lady's voice?
Where's he at? I can't hear him. Oh, there you are.
I'm not a good trap. You got to know that.
You're not a good trap, no. Well, I mean, if you had a pretty anime girl as your picture, maybe. Make it so nobody wants to date any of the girls because they all sound like guys.
Maybe.
You should do the Lolita girl's voice.
Aren't there? I'm sure there's plenty of drag queens around here that could pull it off. Host light auditions.
Well, I'd have to actually talk to them, and I might as well just get actual girls to do the voices if I have to talk to drag queens, because I'd have to meet new people anyways.
Ugh, meeting new people is the worst.
You get Sugar Tits to do a few.
That would be awesome. Actually, you know what? If I had Sugar Tits do anyone's voice, it would be Stacy's mom. Because yes, I am having that in as a joke, just because I think that'd be hilarious.
The hot
I'm easily
mom.
amused. I am very easily amused by things.
It's horrible.
Well, you have to admit she does sound like she has the voice that could pull off like a really hot older lady, doesn't she?
MILF. Yeah,
yes.
Well, because she is a MILF, I think.
I thought she's not that old.
I don't know. You don't have to be old to be a MILF anymore.
Does she have a kid?
Well, I'm a MILF, so yeah.
There you go.
Does she have a kid? I'm pretty sure that's what defines.
I don't think has any kids, though.
They got fuzzy babies. Counts.
Yeah, they got fur babies.
Nowadays it does. Well, see, to me, because I'm a horrible person, what I want to do is have the obvious trap character, like the Lolita that's a trap.
Actually, my
And,
Lolita
like,
is not a trap.
Gotta have the trap, though. And, like, the second you learn
I
their real
am-
name, it's like, hey, I'm Frank. Just drops the whole female voice, just goes right to male.
Well, if I had a trap character, you know what would be awesome is if I could get Blair White to voice it. Wouldn't that be awesome? She does have that voice that could go either way.
She's a real trap.
Well, yeah, how about...
Basically.
I don't think she would though. I'm not a big enough like internet personality to attract these people.
I would probably scare them away.
Ask some of my fans to do audio voices.
That's an idea.
That is an idea. I wouldn't be able to pay anyone though, because I'm a poor starving artist. And
exactly, it's free labor.
Oh yeah. Well, being an artist is basically taking a vow of poverty.
Lizard Man, I don't know what you're calling him on here.
Aizen
over there, you know, is a starving artist.
I'm not getting any money for my art, so doesn't it count as a starving artist if I don't make enough money?
That's the point. Artists don't make enough money.
No, we don't.
I don't make any money on it.
I was hoping Kaizen would design mini games for my game so that like you could play mini games in the arcade to earn tickets so you could actually get presents for girls was an idea I had. I don't know if I'll be able to implement all these ideas because they're still in the drafting board, but if I could, the game would be epic.
Yeah.
These are all like things that like all of these things I'm talking about now would be nice if I implement it, but if it's just the bare bones of my concept, that'll be fine too. You know,
you go bare bones, and then the second game, you draw out all the glitches, you throw those out, and then you put in all the things you wanted to once you actually have the money. But you got to make a decent game first.
Right. Well, I'm going bare bones right now for the actual designing and stuff, but if I can put in some of these extra elements I'm saying, that would be nice. You know. If not, then it's not a big deal.
I mean, if you truly wanted to start a Kickstarter, you could, but you should probably have some actual gameplay or some tangible thing.
That's what I was planning to do. That's why I'm just the reason I'm announcing that I'm going to be working on this is just because I'm not making many videos now, and I think that my production will go even lower other than maybe a live stream or so, because one of the problems is I haven't really even been able to watch videos to keep up with what's been going on with YouTube drama and anything, because I've noticed there's a whole bunch of stuff that's like coming up that I had no clue about. So I'm like, yep, I just do not have time to keep up with everything, especially since I have a baby and I'm going to be working on a game now. So there goes like in a live stream, I'll probably be now even the clueless person about what's going on. I'm like, wait, what?
I've gotten so sick of YouTube drama that I've also kind of slowly pulled away from political channels myself. I want to start one, but like at the same time, it's like the same shit over and over, and I don't know what's left.
The only channel I consistently watch now is Drunken Uncle. For
I love him.
That genre.
I watch Jar a lot. Jar and try to watch what's the fucking name? The Plague Doctor. I can't think of his name right now.
The Agnostic Plague Doctor or Satiristician?
The first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is about his style, but I enjoy it deeply.
I don't overly like his voice, which I know that's very hypocritical because a lot of people tell me they don't like my voice. That's the only issue I have with him.
Well, my issue, and that I was about to tell you, now that I can bring it up, I kind of don't like Bane's voice. Like, at least the fact that he uses fucking Microsoft Sam to read shit, that bothers me. I like Sargon because he just reads it.
I don't mind Bane's voice.
I don't mind his voice, but I hate like he uses Microsoft Sam to read stuff.
That doesn't bother me. But then I started watching Bane back when he did the when he first started, and there was that whole Elliot Rogers thing. So because that's what started his propaganda of toxic feminism series. So I started watching him when all of his videos were completely done in that computer voice. So obviously that doesn't actually bug me. Oh, you know what's really awesome is when I get 1,000 subs, I'm going to be doing a large hangout. And Bane said that he would join me, and that is
nice.
just freaking epic. The ones who I've gotten saying that they're interested in joining me would be Miss Misa, obviously, because we're kind of internet friends. And Magog said he'd join, which is sweet.
Yay!
That's cool.
Yeah. Magog, Miss Misa, Bane, and your boy Pat are all ones that say that they're interested.
Oh, nice. I just actually need to make my fucking talking channel. I'll be good.
You know, that actually is, you know, I could actually see if I do, I'd still need to try and keep up with my channel at least a little bit, just to try and keep things interesting and so I don't completely stagnate out, because I do enjoy making videos. But if I do work on the game more and stuff, and I do want to have voiced, maybe I should see if any fans would like to send in audio samples to see if they want to voice act for me. That would be interesting. I don't know if I have many female fans, though, and the majority of the voices will be female. So
It's always an idea.
it
Throw
is
it on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's Tumblr and Twitter voice actors who will do anything just to get their voice out there. Like me. Michelle. Give me work. I've been trying to be a voice actor for at least, let's see, 4 years, 5 years. I want to get in the business, but I don't know how. Like, I'm just ignorant of how to truly get in there. You got to know the right people, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I've never actually tried to be a voice actor, but people already say I sound like Cruella de Vil, so I guess it works.
Works.
Yes. Sound like a Disney villain.
I don't know what I sound like other than maybe an autistic retard.
You think you have autism?
Well, actually, that's iDubbbz. That's iDubbbz persona, so I can't take that from him. I don't know what I am. I'm just a blob. I'm a grunt.
Yep. That's how it goes.
The baby's awake. She's squirming on my shoulder, but at least she seems like she's entertained.
Hmm.
Yeah, everyone tells me that I shouldn't actually work, like, for my first game or so, I shouldn't try and get any of the extra features, but really some of the stuff I have in mind doesn't actually sound like it would be that difficult to execute. But I could be completely wrong.
Well, I would not know because I am not a programmer nor an artist. I can't draw to save my life. I can draw a circle.
Well, you see, you can draw. You can draw a circle. That works, right?
Okay. I can draw stick people. Well, that works for stick figures. Or stick figures. Works for those people, red and blue.
You're the only one in this chat. Well, in this live stream, who's not an artist.
There's
only
I
two
have
of us.
money to pay for artists to draw things for me. Kind of. At least I did for this lovely logo I have, done by a friend who no longer likes me.
Oh, there's something I meant to tell you, Kaizen. You know that frenemy that we went to SenchiCon with, the one that hates men?
Oh, yes.
She was named Miss Pride of the Year at the Pride Festival.
What?
No.
That's not
Yeah,
cool.
like she's horrible, and I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't go to Pride this year. Like, even though usually I make good monies at Pride, but I just didn't have the time. So.
And I like how you unintentionally insulted her.
Oh, that was hilarious! I didn't mean to. Okay, we were at SenshiCon and I was sharing a booth with her because actually I already paid for the booth, so I just let her put some of her jewelry up because I'm a nice person and kind of a sucker. Anyway, she went and she got some snacks and she came back with like a whole armful of snacked goods and stuff, and she said, "Can you believe it? When I was walking by, some girl looked at me and said, 'I can't believe she's going to eat all of that.'" And I said, "Huh, that's odd. She wouldn't have even known if that was all for you. For all she knew, that you could have been bringing that for all your friends as well." And she started crying.
She wasn't bringing it for her friends.
No, it was all for her, but she started crying. But I just wasn't insulting her. I was just thinking, what a weird thing to say, because you don't know if that's for one person or multiple people.
It was for one.
I'm not good with people. I'm always like, I always just say the wrong things. This is why I don't have female friends. I always make them cry. I don't mean to.
Now that I've watched the first season of Seven Deadly Sins, spoiler alert, you kind of remind me of a Gother in that aspect, since Gother has like little to no understanding of emotions or feelings. Or he tries his best to help people, but he's like, wait, why didn't that work? I thought it was supposed to make someone happy. Fuck.
Yeah.
You're making people think I have the tism by describing me like that, just saying.
Oh, you don't have the tism? Maybe just a little. Everyone has a little tism. Just a little. Everyone's had vaccines, remember? You know, that causes it.
Yeah. That does.
They're putting chemicals in the water.
Makes the frogs gay.
It makes me mad. Ooh. It's like a little goblin. I remember I had someone tell me, as I was venturing to find friends over the internet, hyper feminist, unfortunately. I was just like trying to make conversation. And I mentioned Alex Jones, and they got like all like, like Alex Jones is great. He is great to make fun of. Like, that is why he exists, to laugh at him. Aren't you happy? Like, you have a conservative person just to laugh at. Like, he's hyperbolic. He's dumb. He has great memes made of him that like make fun of him. And they were like, no, I want Alex Jones' show to be canceled. Like, but then you run out of fuel. You run out of something to laugh at. Then you only have yourself, and you don't like laughing at yourself. That's why the lefties can't make jokes. Can't laugh at themselves.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons I've also haven't been making as much videos is I've been getting a little burnt out when it comes to actual politics, especially
right.
Especially since maybe having so many frenemies on Facebook isn't a good idea, just because I am tired of seeing so much like Trump hate. And I'm like, okay, I don't really like Trump, but I didn't like Obama. And like, you guys, like a couple years ago, you guys were making fun of all the Obama hate, saying, my shoe came untied and I tripped on it. Blame Obama. I lost the math test. Blame Obama. That was the meme that was going around. Now you just like switch Obama with Trump and it's the same thing, just from the other side. It's just really obnoxious either way. It's just something I'm kind of getting frustrated at. Well, because most of the people on my Facebook are on the left, and like I said a year or two ago, everyone was making fun of the fact that conservatives were blaming Obama for absolutely everything. But now they're blaming Trump for absolutely everything, and it's just so hypocritical. And I'm like, does no one have any sense of self-awareness? Like, you guys were thinking it was silly when they were doing this to you, and now you're doing the same thing? Like, why? Why must this be? I am so burnt out.
That's why I've had to really like slowly just back away from Facebook, because I used to do it really hard, like comment on my frenemies' posts and stuff. It's like, but you know, it's not worth it. They're gonna stay ignorant. They're gonna say, I've been called, which bothers me the most, I've been called a white nationalist somehow, because I remember reblogging or whatever you call it on Facebook, reposting. I did something with a KKK propaganda thing, and I said, this is stupid. The context of the joke was, of course, no one knows what context is anymore. But I said, this is stupid. I hate this. If you take pride in your skin color alone, I find it really ridiculous and dumb. I guess I can't stop you, but you know, why silence those people? Because if they take pride in that, then we can just laugh at them for taking pride in something so stupid. And everyone's like, "You're supporting the white nationalists." I'm like, I literally fucking disown them. And do you not read what I wrote on top of this post? I posted this as reference to why this is dumb. And everyone's like, "No, you're a white nationalist. You support the white nationalism." I'm like, I don't give a shit if you're what color your skin is at all.
Well,
how can I support white nationalism if I don't care about race? It don't make sense.
Well, the issue
So we
for
went
me is
from
I've been
talking
checking
about-
my Facebook so often because of well, me just having a baby. So everyone's been wanting to, like, all my relatives have been wanting to talk to me about it and stuff, and that's the only way I can really get a hold of a lot of relatives. So I've been I haven't even been posting anything on Facebook. I know better than to respond to that. It's just, you know, when you scroll through things, because I just check my feed every day, you get exhausted without interacting.
Right.
You don't even have
And
to
yes,
interact, you get exhausted.
We have gone from talking about a video game to talking about politics because Facebook was brought into the
That's what I was about to say.
Well, that's
it's a
just
stream of
Facebook
consciousness.
Yeah, it's a stream of consciousness.
Feels
But
the
yeah,
stuff.
well, that's because we brought up frenemies on Facebook.
Yeah.
We can move away from politics now.
That's
Do we still have
exhausting.
something to talk about?
Unipop's a good game.
Don't take away my porn from Steam.
Yeah, it's not even porn. It's art, and it's called hentai.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's really funny is when I was looking into things to make, like doing some research on making sort of like a dating sim type game. The game Catherine got brought up in one of these sites, and actually Catherine's one of my favorite games. That's little known fact about me. But one of my favorite games is Catherine, and I went and read over it, and apparently a feminist did a review saying it was the most sexist game ever made ever.
But they said that about Bayonetta because sexualization of women.
Well, Catherine, you really are like kind of a dude having an affair with his girlfriend, sort of.
Very true.
But the only thing I did like about that is the way the feminist described Vincent was quite accurate. She said that you're a guy with the backbone of an encephalopod. I'm like, actually, that works pretty well. Like, that actually is a weirdly accurate description.
He's a bit of a bitch.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's a bit whipped. That's great.
Yeah, it's weird is that I don't actually like dating sims. Like I love Atlas Games dating aspect, and I love Harvest Moon, and I like Stardew Valley, and I like all of those games that you can date, but actual like novel dating sims, I find them terribly boring.
I don't like dating sims, but I want to make one. Well, at least you're trying something different.
Well, it's basically going to be like what I like about dating in other games, just made a whole game of it. I love Atlas Games. I'm thinking about going back to that used game store and getting the other Persona games they have. You know the one I'm talking about, the one on Spinard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've bought 2 Mario games from there now.
Yeah?
Good.
It's crazy how many rare games they have.
Yes.
We're like promoting a store to like an online community that doesn't live in the area. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Anyone who's in Alaska, go to the used game store on Spinard. I don't even remember what they were called. Do you?
Big Game Depot?
Was it that? I don't know. It was just the game store next to Organic Oasis is the only thing I know of it as.
I also refer to it as the video game store just south of Costco's.
Oh, yeah. But it's right next to Organic Oasis, and I go there for lunch when I can afford it. So.
I'd say afford food.
What's that?
Affording food.
Affording food?
That's something I can't do right now.
Yeah, that's something I can't do either. That's why, like, when you guys are like, we should go out to lunch, I'm like, monies. Can't afford such things.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm eating Top Ramen.
Good choice.
Because I'm poor. It's poor people food. Drop an egg in it. Pretend it's healthy.
Eggs are healthy.
I do. I actually make my ramen into egg drop soup. It's delicious. We should probably like end this stream now because it's like even worse than a stream of consciousness at this point.
We've gone so far on a tangent on a tangent on a tangent. Video games are fun. Don't be an ass about reviewing them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I did want to say is if people can actually, if any of my subscribers like or anyone watches this stream and they can come up with a really good title for my game, then I will make them an NPC in my world. There we go.
Well, now I gotta come up with a good title for your game so I can be an NPC.
You want to be an NPC? Some
Of course I want to be an NPC.
One of the ideas we had for an NPC, which I think is going to be hilarious, which I told Kaizen about this before, was I'm going to have an old man who's looking over a lake, and he's going to say, I've waited my whole life for this. Then you talk to him again, and he'll say, to become old, so I can stare out at the water all day, every day. Because he's one of those NPCs that just stands in place.
Yeah.
That's the type of humor I'm going to have, is that very self-aware type. Not fourth wall breaking, just self-aware that they're just standing. Like another NPC will be standing in the park, and you'll talk to him and he says, oh look, that bench is over. Maybe I'll sit. Nah, I'll just stand here for a few more hours.
I think your baby has had enough of the stream. She seems very fussy again.
Alright, I'm going to go before the baby explodes.
Alright.
Probably going to feed her and give her a cuddle.
Bye-bye.
See you later,
Bye.
everyone.